Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am the Omni viewer, and I have realized that I'm a bit disappointed. You see, even though I cover a wide variety of subjects on this channel, my specialty is in kaiju, giant monsters, and dinosaurs, particularly in entertainment. And even though I have found them in many different mediums, my quest to find new forms of kaiju entertainment have led me to realize there's not much music about them. Oh, you can find examples if you look hard enough, but they're few and far between.
For example, Blue Oyster Cult has the gold standard of Godzilla, Judas Priest has Loch Ness, Ailstorm has Leviathan, Was Not has Walk the Dinosaur, Camille Saint-Saëns has Fossils, Rick Wakeman has The Battle, Grail Knights has Laser Raptor 3D, Weird Al Yankovic has both Jurassic Park and Attack of the Radioactive Hamsters from a Planet Near Mars, and, Jim Croce name drops King Kong in Bad Leroy Brown, but I'm not really sure that counts.
You see what I mean? Excluding that last one, I can only definitively name 10 songs. Out of how many different songs in the entire world? Music about kaiju and dinosaurs is rare.
The only way you can hope to get a full album of giant monster music is to get a movie soundtrack. Don't get me wrong, I love a good soundtrack, but I also love rock and roll and heavy metal of the power and symphonic varieties. You would think there would be more music in those genres with a kaiju focus, but I have yet to find many examples. Even your average band with Tolkien-esque fantasy lyrics only writes songs about dragons infrequently.
So I guess I just have to resign myself to this fact. Outside of soundtracks, there just aren't any good albums about dinosaurs or kaiju. What was that? It's coming from outside the studio. I think I may have just found the best album of 2018.
So, Victorious, deliberately misspelled in case you're wondering, is a German power metal band that's been around long enough to be notable, but not quite long enough to be big just yet. The band members go exclusively by their first names in the album credits, with David on vocals, Dirk and Flo on guitars, Andy on bass, and Frank on drums. No clue who plays the keyboards.
Despite having released 3 full albums since 2013, they don't even have a Wikipedia page, and Wikipedia has pages about everything. Somebody really needs to fix that.
Their latest album is Dinosaur Warfare: Legend of the Powersaurus. Actually, with only 6 songs, it's more accurately described as an extended play or EP than a full album. But it is so singular in subject matter that, combined with the recent success of a certain dinosaur movie, it just might be the thing that catapults them to stardom.
This is clearly what they're banking on, seeing as how the website is really pushing the artwork for the album. Oh hey, there's a patch you can get at their shop.
Right off the bat, the cover of the album gives you a clear idea of what to expect. From the computerized grid serving as the backdrop to the many hues of electric purple and Godzilla heat ray blue, this is clearly evoking the cheesiest aspects of the 80s.
The artwork for the cover is instantly eye-catching, and it might even look a bit familiar.
Sticking with the 80s aesthetic, the album is clearly inspired by the Dino Riders toy line and cartoon of that decade. Each dinosaur has an old-school design and is enhanced with mechanical attributes for maximum ferocity. Set them atop a mountain of alien skulls, surround them with flying saucers, and backlight the whole thing with a burning red sun, and you have an image I wish they made a poster of, because I would happily hang this on my wall. It gets even better on the back, which includes screenshots of a Dinosaur Warfare video game a la Primal Rage. Sadly, such a game does not actually exist, but wouldn't it be great if it did?
Then again, having a nice album cover is all well and good, but this is music we're talking about. So is Dinosaur Warfare: Legend of the Powersaurus worth listening to? Well, if you've already decided you don't like power metal, this album won't change your mind as it revels in the sound. For the rest of us, though, follow me as we go track by track to see if the cheesy epic promised by the visuals is realized in the audio.
At only 36 seconds long, Saurus Infernus Galactica serves as our mood-setting intro. It's not so much music as it is ambient sound, predominantly comprised of firing lasers and roaring dinosaurs.
Basically, this is the kind of thing that would play at the start of a concert to get the audience fired up as the band takes the stage. And as such, it serves that purpose quite well. It doesn't overstay its welcome, and it segues nicely into the next track where we can actually go a bit deeper.
Mighty dinosaurs, fight the holy war. Epic war machines, drawn to protect.
Dinosaur Warfare, the first of our 2 title tracks, is our introduction to the album's story. According to the lyrics, there was an alien invasion of Earth millions of years ago, but it was repelled by the dinosaurs which ruled at the time.
So basically, if you've read Barry Sonnenfeld's Dinosaurs vs. Aliens, it's kinda like that.
In either the modern day or the near future, the invaders return, so mankind resurrects the dinosaurs, infusing them with technological enhancements so as to really stick it to the alien scum.
That, in case you can't tell, is where the Dino Riders influence kicks in.
Musically, this song is pure power metal through and through, unapologetically blaring its guitars and keyboards without shame. That being said, it does sound an awful lot like other power metal bands, specifically Glory Hammer, especially during the spoken narration segments.
Mighty dinosaurs, gather your powers to defeat the enemy. Yes, mighty warriors, in the name of cosmic justice we ride.
I don't want to say it's generic, but it is familiar.
The lyrics convey the concept clearly, though the song does contain a few grammatical slip-ups.
That's a running issue throughout the whole album, so I'll just call attention to it here and be done with it.
Yes, as a native English speaker, it's noticeable to me, but as I said, these guys are German. English isn't their first language, so I'll cut them a little slack. It's not like they just went for word salad. They are trying to be intelligible, and mostly succeeding.
Grammar aside, the song's ability to put a new twist on an old concept is what really makes it work, and I can see it being a favorite of dinosaur and monster fans all over the world.
Legend of the Powersaurus is the first of our 3 character songs, this one devoted to the T-Rex on the cover.
In order to make itself distinct from the previous track, Legend of the Powersaurus needs to do something unexpected. And boy, does it ever!
It's morphing time.
That's right, excerpts from the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers theme song. Man, as a first-generation fan of the original series, that takes me way back.
True, it's a bit strange that what sets this song apart is the taking of music from another song, but it works, ramping up the fun tenfold.
True story, I applauded the first time I heard this. It made me that happy.
Lyrically, the song sets up Powersaurus as the ultimate dinosaurier, greatest and most powerful of them all, now made even stronger thanks to modern technology.
Incidentally, Dinosaurier, a portmanteau of dinosaur and warrior, is one of the names ascribed to these monsters. And they're also trying to ascribe it to the fans. It's a moniker I'd be happy to accept.
So think of Powersaurus as a Neo-Godzilla, not to be confused with Godzilla Neo by Matt Frank. Yes, this song continues the cheesiness, but that's the theme of the album, and I love every second of it.
From the dark, he will rise, shooting lasers at night across the horizon. The tiger.
The 4th track, Laser-Toothed Tiger, is also the only single released for the album, getting a lyric video you can find on YouTube.
Musically, this is the most upbeat song on the album, and also the, well, for lack of a better term, poppiest.
It's that pop factor that likely led to its being selected by the label as the single, and while it doesn't clash with the other songs, it doesn't fully represent the album either. I mean, if you call your album Dinosaur Warfare, why would your single be the only song on the album about a mammal? The obvious answer is because the more mainstream sound was likely the deciding factor.
Fortunately, the lyrics more than make up for any misgivings I may have had about it.
The tiger is given an interesting backstory, being a creature revived and enhanced not by humanity, but by the alien invaders in a classic attempt to fight fire with fire that wouldn't be out of place in your average tokusatsu series. So, great lyrics and good music.
And in case you're wondering, the lyric video is completely forgettable.
Raise up, big raptor, glass made of steel, ripping and killing his power you feel. Raise up, big raptor, attack from behind, faster than...
Coming in at number 5 is Razor Blade Raptor, the most metallic of the album's songs.
This one has the hardest sound, no doubt because the subject is a Jurassic Park-style velociraptor. If you like your metal rough and in your face, this will likely be the standout track for you.
It also stands out lyrically by being the only song written in the first person. It's not just about the dinosaur, but told from the dinosaur's perspective. As you might expect, the lyrics paint a picture of a cunning, vicious hunter who will kill you before you even know he's there. No complaints with this one.
To the black, Armageddon lies ahead. Follow the blind and read the signs.
For the 6th and final track, rather than getting a song about the Triceratops or Pteranodon on the cover, we instead get Flames of Armageddon, a song which I'm not entirely sure is part of this album's story.
Musically, it's a return to the style which opens the album, straight power metal through and through, so it sounds good. The lyrics are what make me wonder if this is part of the concept or just an extra song they threw in for the heck of it.
No references made to dinosaurs or aliens. Instead, we get an apocalyptic event heavily influenced by the Book of Revelations. If this is part of the story, it's open to interpretation.
It could mean the aliens win, or the dinosaurs win and turn on mankind, or the dinosaurs are sent to run roughshod over the aliens' homeworld. Or maybe it's just a random song. Whatever the case, it's an odd note to end on. I don't hate the song, but it does feel a bit out of place.
So maybe I jumped the gun a little when I opened by saying this could be the best album of 2018. But it's still loads of fun. From start to finish, Dinosaur Warfare Legend of the Power Source is a wild ride. If Victorious continues on this trend of Jurassic power metal, they can count me as a dinosaurier from this point forward. And at the very least, we need more dinosaurs and giant monsters in music anyway, as I already stated. So hopefully, this album is the start of a continuing trend. Until such time as we meet again, this is the Omni Viewer, signing off. You know, I'm kind of surprised that Dino Riders hasn't been released on DVD yet. That's another error that needs to be corrected.